Hello everybody. Today we're going to be learning about some different kinds of sensors that are found in circuits. I'm going to be using a virtualization software called Tinkercad. Tinkercad helps you make simple CADs and also design virtual circuits for any of your purposes. They have a wide variety of tools or objects you can use to create your virtual circuit. Now, the first thing we're going to learn about is the photoresistor. In order to understand the photoresistor, we first need to understand the resistor. The resistor is something that blocks off a certain amount of voltage and amperage so that it doesn't harm the object being powered, which in this case is this red light bulb or LED. The 9 volts is too much for the LED. So the resistors help make sure that the LED isn't receiving too much power, causing it to burst or causing its lifespan to be reduced gradually. Photoresistors work similarly, except in the classic resistor, you have to type in a certain unit, and only then will it resist the amount that you want to resist. You calculate how much you want to resist for your object using Ohm's formula. What photoresistors do is, as you can see here, while I'm dragging the slider up and down, it's causing the LED here to glow brighter and dimmer. This saves the need of needing to type in a digit. Now we're going to look at the temperature sensor. This works in a similar fashion. However, the photoresistor reacts according to how much light there may be in a room. For example, let's say you set your photoresistor so that when it becomes dark at night, it automatically sends a signal to a motor that can close your curtains for you, because you don't want to leave your curtains wide open at night. Now this is a temperature sensor, or a temperature resistor somewhat. It works very similarly to the photoresistor, except in the fact that it reacts to temperature rather than light. Now, this is a motion sensor. You may have seen lots of these before. This motion sensor helps make sure that, let's say, someone is coming inside of a building, there will always be a motion sensor that causes the doors for a high-end store to open. Now, as you can see, when I move this around, it causes this motor and this light to become green. This motor turning is a representation of the doors of a store opening and closing. And you may be wondering, for the photoresistor and the temperature sensor, why did I put resistors if these already acted as resistors themselves? Well, this is because these act more like sensors, not resistors. And had I just connected these two directly to the battery, they would have stopped functioning, or their lifespan would have been greatly reduced. which is why I put resistors to conserve their lifespan. The same goes for the motion sensor. For beginners, I hope you learned a little bit more about sensors, and for anyone familiar with this subject, I hope you learned something new to advance your knowledge about circuits. Thank you all for joining me today. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.